Hi everyone, my name is Błażej Kunke. I'm a founder of Kunke Consulting. I would like to invite you to listen to this short summary of World Economic Forum Future of Jobs Report 2025. This is quite a long one, so it will take you hundreds of pages to read through it. I hope this short AI generated summary will be helpful for you. For more AI news and AI services, visit my website kunkeconsulting.pl. Thanks for everything. Catch you guys in the next one.
Welcome to your personalized deep dive. Today we're going to be tackling the future of work,
Okay.
specifically what's in store for jobs and skills between now and 2030.
Yeah.
We're using the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025,
Right.
which is based on a survey of over 1,000 global employers.
Huge report.
It is a hefty report.
Yes.
So our mission today is to distill the key takeaways and insights without overwhelming you.
Absolutely.
Are you ready to dive in?
I am. I think this is going to be fascinating.
Okay, great. Let's start with the big picture.
Okay.
The report projects a net increase of 78 million jobs globally by 2030.
Yeah.
So more jobs overall,
More jobs.
but I'm guessing there's more to that
Oh,
story.
yeah, you're right. To reach that net increase, the report estimates that 22% of existing jobs will either vanish or be completely transformed in the next 5 years.
Wow.
It's a massive shift,
huge.
driven by some powerful macro trends.
Okay.
Think of it like a massive game of musical chairs, but instead of chairs disappearing, they're changing shape and moving around.
So not so much a job apocalypse as job evolution.
Right. Exactly.
The report highlights 5 major forces driving this change.
Okay.
Technological advancement, the green transition, geoeconomic fragmentation,
Yes.
economic uncertainty, and demographic shifts.
Lots of big words.
I have to admit, geoeconomic fragmentation sounds a little intimidating.
It is a mouthful.
What exactly does that mean in terms of jobs?
Essentially, it refers to the increasing tensions and trade barriers we're seeing globally.
Right.
This is reshaping how businesses operate and where they invest. For
Yeah.
example, the report predicts a rise in demand for security management specialists
Okay.
as companies prioritize protecting their data and operations in a more volatile world.
So cybersecurity becomes even more crucial in this fragmented world.
Absolutely.
Essential.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm.
But it's not just about technical skills, right?
No, it's not.
How do those other macro trends like demographic shifts and the green transition play into this? You're absolutely right. It's not just about technical skills.
Right.
Take the green transition, for instance.
Okay.
As the world grapples with climate change,
Yeah.
we're seeing a surge in green jobs.
Okay.
Like those focused on renewable energy and sustainable practices.
Right.
This trend is impacting every sector,
Wow.
not just those directly involved in environmental work.
So regardless of your field understanding sustainability and how it impacts your work
Absolutely.
will be crucial in the coming years.
Yes.
It's not just a niche interest anymore.
No.
It's woven into the fabric of the future job market.
That's right.
And demographic shifts add another layer of complexity.
Yeah.
We're seeing aging populations in developed countries
Right.
and growing working age populations in developing countries.
Exactly.
This creates both challenges and opportunities.
Yes.
For example, as the workforce ages, organizations need to adapt to the needs and expectations of older employees,
Yeah.
while also finding ways to attract and develop younger talent. It's a delicate balancing act.
It is.
It sounds like staying adaptable and continuously learning new skills
Yes.
will be essential for navigating this complex landscape.
Couldn't agree more.
The report talks a lot about tech change,
It does.
particularly the impact of AI.
Mm-hmm.
Is learning to code the only way to survive in this new world of work?
While tech skills are certainly important,
Okay.
the report emphasizes that it's not just about becoming a coding whiz.
Okay.
It's about understanding how technology is impacting your field
Right.
and developing the skills to leverage it effectively.
So it's more about understanding the bigger picture
Yes.
than it is about just learning this one very specific skill.
Yeah. For example, if you're in marketing,
Okay.
you'll need to understand how to use AI-powered tools
Okay.
for content creation and data analysis.
Right.
But human skills like creativity, communication, and critical thinking remain essential.
It's reassuring to hear that human skills aren't becoming obsolete.
Not at all.
So it's about finding that balance between technical proficiency and those uniquely human qualities that are harder to automate.
Precisely. It's not about humans versus machines.
Okay.
It's about humans and machines working together.
A partnership.
Yes, a collaboration. The report even highlights the growing importance of hybrid jobs,
Oh, interesting.
roles that require a blend of technical and human skills.
So you really do need both.
You need both.
So the future of work isn't just about learning a specific set of skills.
Right.
It's about developing a mindset of adaptability,
Yes.
continuous learning,
Hmm.
and creative problem solving.
Absolutely.
It's about being comfortable with change
Yeah.
and embracing new technologies as tools to enhance our work, not replace it.
I couldn't agree more. The key takeaway is that while the job landscape is evolving rapidly,
Yeah.
there are concrete steps individuals can take to prepare and thrive in this new environment.
I like that.
It's about recognizing that your skills are your currency in this new economy
Okay.
and investing in them wisely.
And speaking of skills, the report goes into detail about the specific skills that will be most in demand by 2030, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Let's dive into those next.
Sounds good. It paints a fascinating picture of the evolving skills landscape. By 2030, it predicts the top in-demand skills will revolve around areas like AI and big data, cybersecurity, and technological literacy in general.
So those tech skills we discussed are really front and center. But what about the human side of the equation?
Yeah,
Does the report acknowledge the value of those uniquely human skills we talked about earlier?
absolutely. The report emphasizes that alongside those technical skills, employers are placing high value on distinctly human skills,
Okay.
like creative thinking, resilience, flexibility, and agility.
Okay.
Even curiosity and a commitment to lifelong learning are highlighted as hugely important. It seems employers recognize that these human skills are difficult to automate and will become even more crucial as the workplace evolves.
I find that really encouraging.
Yeah.
It means that even in a world increasingly driven by technology,
Yeah.
those uniquely human qualities will still be valued and sought after by employers. It's about being a well-rounded individual, not just a tech-savvy robot.
Exactly. The report even goes a step further and highlights the growing importance of what they call meta skills.
Meta skills.
Yes. These are skills that enable us to adapt, learn, and collaborate effectively in a rapidly changing environment. Think critical thinking, problem solving, and social intelligence.
So it's not just about mastering a specific set of skills.
Yeah.
It's about developing the ability to learn new things quickly and adapt to new situations.
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense in a world where change is the only constant. The report also dives into how these skills are being evaluated, right?
It does.
With all this talk about skills, I'm curious to know how employers are actually assessing them.
That's a crucial question, and the report offers some interesting insights into how companies are approaching skills assessments. Unsurprisingly, work experience is still highly valued. The report found that 81% of businesses plan to continue relying on it through 2030.
So that resume, with your detailed work history, is still relevant, which is good news for those of us with some years under our belts. But what about those just starting out or switching careers?
Right.
How can they showcase their skills without that extensive work history?
That's where things are getting interesting. The report shows a significant rise in the use of skills assessments,
Okay.
with 48% of employers planning to use them by 2030.
Wow.
These assessments can take various forms like coding tests, portfolio reviews, or even simulations that allow candidates to demonstrate their abilities in realistic scenarios.
So it's less about telling and more about showing what you can do. This seems like a great way to level the playing field for those who may not have traditional credentials but possess the skills to excel.
Absolutely. It aligns with that skills-first approach we discussed earlier, focusing on demonstrable abilities over simply checking boxes on a resume. Interestingly, the report also highlights the increasing use of psychometric tests.
You mean those personality quizzes?
Yes.
Are those really becoming more common in hiring?
Yes, but they're more sophisticated than those online quizzes. You might be thinking of 34% of employers plan to use psychometric tests by 2030
Wow.
to evaluate candidates' behavioral traits, cognitive abilities, and even cultural fit. They're looking for well-rounded individuals who not only have the skills, but also the right mindset and personality to thrive within their organizations.
It makes sense that employers would want to ensure candidates are a good fit for their company culture. But with all this talk about work experience, skills assessments, and psychometric tests, where do traditional university degrees fit into this picture?
Right.
Are they becoming obsolete?
Not entirely, but their role is certainly evolving, while 43% of employers still plan to require degrees by 2030.
Okay.
That number has been declining, and the report suggests this trend will continue. It seems employers are recognizing that degrees don't always accurately reflect the skills and knowledge needed for a particular job.
So it's less about having a degree and more about what that degree represents. Is it a signal of relevant skills and knowledge, or has it become more of a checkbox on an application?
That's a great way to put it. Employers are becoming more discerning about the value of traditional credentials and are increasingly looking for evidence of actual skills and experience. Even if you have a degree, it's important to supplement it with demonstrable abilities, whether through work experience, skills assessments, or even personal projects that showcase your talents.
This all points to a more holistic approach to evaluating candidates, recognizing that talent can come from diverse sources and backgrounds. But this also places a lot of emphasis on continuous learning.
Yes.
How can individuals stay ahead of the curve and ensure their skills remain relevant in this rapidly changing environment?
Lifelong learning is no longer optional, it's essential. We need to constantly update our skills and knowledge to stay relevant and adaptable. The good news is that there are more resources available than ever before to facilitate continuous learning.
That's true. We have access to a wealth of information and learning opportunities at our fingertips, often for free or at a low cost. Online courses, industry events, even podcasts like this one can help us stay informed and expand our skill sets. It's about being proactive and integrating learning into our daily lives.
Absolutely. And the report encourages employers to actively support their employees' professional development.
Yeah.
77% of employers plan to fund their own training programs for employees by 2030, which is a positive sign.
So smart companies are investing in their employees' future, which is a win-win for everyone involved.
Sure.
But it's not just about technical skills, right?
Right.
This need for continuous learning applies to those all-important human skills as well. How can individuals cultivate and strengthen those uniquely human qualities that are becoming increasingly valuable in the workplace?
That's a great point. Developing those human skills often requires a more deliberate and introspective approach. Seeking out opportunities for collaboration, feedback, and mentorship can be invaluable. Engaging in activities that foster creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence can also be beneficial. It's about recognizing that these skills are just as important as technical skills and investing time and effort in their development.
So it's about taking a holistic approach to personal and professional development, nurturing both our technical and human capabilities. We've talked a lot about the individual's role in navigating the future of work, but what about organizations?
Yeah.
What steps can companies take to create a work environment that attracts and retains talent in this rapidly changing world?
That's an important question, and the report dedicates a significant portion to this topic. Unsurprisingly, providing opportunities for reskilling and upskilling is at the top of the list. 77% of employers plan to invest in these initiatives by 2030.
So forward-thinking companies are prioritizing their employees' development and providing them with the tools and resources they need to thrive. It's about recognizing that investing in your workforce is an investment in the future success of the company. What other strategies did the report highlight?
One that stood out to me was the increasing focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. Companies are realizing that to attract and retain top talent, they need to create a work environment that welcomes and values individuals from all backgrounds.
Absolutely. Diversity isn't just a feel-good initiative. It's essential for business success in a world where talent is increasingly scarce and competition is fierce. But it's not just about ticking boxes. It's about creating a genuine culture of belonging where everyone feels valued and respected. How can companies move beyond lip service and actually implement these DEI strategies effectively?
The report highlights several concrete actions organizations can take. For instance, conducting pay equity audits to ensure employees are being compensated fairly regardless of gender, race, or other protected characteristics. Another key action is establishing employee resource groups, providing a platform for employees from underrepresented groups to connect, support each other, and advocate for change within the organization.
Those sound like tangible steps companies can take to foster a more inclusive and equitable workplace. What other strategies did you find compelling?
Another strategy gaining traction is removing degree requirements and adopting skills-based hiring practices. This shift aligns with the emphasis on demonstrable abilities rather than traditional credentials, opening up the talent pool and attracting a more diverse range of candidates.
That's a powerful shift in mindset, recognizing that talent can come from anywhere, and that clinging to outdated hiring practices can perpetuate inequality. It seems that many of the strategies we've discussed require organizations to move away from traditional ways of doing things and embrace a more flexible, adaptable approach.
You're absolutely right. The report emphasizes that the future of work isn't just about new technologies and skills, it's about new ways of working.
Huh.
Companies need to be agile and responsive to change, creating work environments that empower employees and promote their well-being.
So it's not just about what we do, it's about how we do it. It's about creating a work environment that's both productive and fulfilling, recognizing that employees are whole people with lives outside of work. Speaking of fulfillment, we talked earlier about the importance of purpose and aligning your career with your values.
Right.
How can organizations create a sense of purpose for their employees?
The report stresses the importance of clearly articulating the organization's purpose and impact. But it's not enough to have a mission statement hanging on the wall. Employees need to understand how their work contributes to that purpose, feeling like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
So it's about connecting the dots between individual tasks and the overall mission, demonstrating how each person's contribution fits into the bigger picture. Making that connection can give work a sense of meaning and purpose, even for tasks that might seem mundane on the surface.
Precisely. It's also about empowering employees to make a difference, giving them opportunities to contribute ideas, take initiative, and lead projects that align with their passions. It's about creating a work environment where employees feel valued not just for their skills, but for their unique perspectives and contributions.
So it's about creating a culture of empowerment and engagement, where employees feel like they're part of the solution, not just cogs in a machine. But let's be realistic for a moment. Many of these strategies require resources and investment. How can companies justify these investments, especially in a world where cost-cutting is often the norm?
That's where the business case for these initiatives comes in. The report highlights that investing in employee well-being, for example, leads to tangible benefits like increased productivity, reduced absenteeism, and improved talent retention. When employees are healthy, engaged, and fulfilled, they perform better and stay with the company longer, ultimately saving money and improving the bottom line.
So it's not just an expense, it's an investment, and the return on that investment can be significant. What other insights did you glean from the report regarding employee well-being?
The report found that companies are experimenting with various strategies to support employee well-being.
Oh.
Some are offering flexible work arrangements, others are providing access to mental health resources, and still others are focusing on creating a culture of support and open communication where employees feel comfortable seeking help when they need it.
It's encouraging to hear that companies are taking employee well-being seriously and exploring different approaches, recognizing that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. It's about finding what works best for each organization and its employees, creating a workplace that supports individuals' holistic needs. We've covered a lot of ground in this discussion, but I want to revisit one of the most intriguing aspects of the report: the impact of artificial intelligence, particularly generative AI. It's clear that AI is becoming increasingly prevalent in the workplace, but I'm still a bit unclear on how this will actually play out in terms of specific jobs and tasks.
That's a question many are grappling with, and the report doesn't offer easy answers. However, it does provide some food for thought. As we discussed earlier, the report emphasizes that generative AI is more likely to augment human skills rather than replace jobs entirely.
Okay.
It's about humans and AI working together, not against each other.
But what does that collaboration actually look like in practice?
Right.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure. Let's consider a marketing professional. Generative AI tools can be used to generate content ideas, write copy, and even create images and videos.
Okay.
This frees up the marketing professional to focus on more strategic tasks,
Right.
like developing campaigns, analyzing data, and building relationships with clients. It's about leveraging AI to handle the more routine, repetitive tasks,
Okay.
allowing humans to focus on the creative, strategic work that requires critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and human connection.
So AI becomes a powerful tool in the marketing professional's toolkit, enhancing their efficiency and allowing them to focus on higher-level tasks that require uniquely human skills. It's a true partnership between human and machine,
Right.
each contributing their strengths to achieve a shared goal. But what about the jobs that are more vulnerable to automation? What happens to the people whose roles are displaced by these technologies?
Yeah.
It's a valid concern that many people have.
Mhm.
What does the report say about addressing this potential displacement?
The report acknowledges that some jobs will inevitably be lost to automation. However, it emphasizes the importance of reskilling and upskilling those workers to prepare them for the jobs of the future. It's not simply about automating tasks, it's about investing in the people who are impacted by that automation.
So it's about providing those individuals with the training and support they need to transition into new roles, equipping them with the skills and knowledge that will be in demand in this evolving job market.
Yeah.
It's about ensuring that technological progress benefits everyone, not just those who are already positioned to thrive in a tech-driven world.
Exactly. And this requires a collaborative effort between governments, organizations, and individuals. Governments need to provide funding for training programs and create policies that support workforce development, ensuring that everyone has access to the resources they need to adapt and thrive in this new environment. Organizations need to invest in their employees' skills, offering opportunities for professional development and career advancement, recognizing that a skilled and adaptable workforce is essential for their long-term success. And individuals need to take ownership of their own learning and development, embracing lifelong learning as a continuous journey, not a one-time event.
It's a shared responsibility, and one that we need to take seriously if we want to create a future of work that's both prosperous and inclusive. It's about ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to participate in and benefit from the advancements we're seeing in technology and the economy. It's about creating a future where no one is left behind.
I wholeheartedly agree. The future of work is not predetermined. It's something we're actively shaping through our choices and actions. By embracing lifelong learning, investing in skills development, and creating a work environment that values diversity, equity, and well-being, we can create a future of work that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
That's a powerful message, and one that I hope our listener takes to heart. The future of work is in our hands. Let's make it a good one. We've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive, exploring the evolving skills landscape, the changing role of traditional education, and the importance of continuous learning. We've also delved into the strategies companies can employ to attract and retain talent, fostering a work environment that supports employee well-being and empowers individuals to contribute their unique talents. But we're not done yet. There's still much to explore in this report, including the impact of AI on wages and the steps we can take to ensure that technological progress leads to a more equitable and prosperous future for all. Let's pick up where we left off and maybe tackle this sort of financial side of the future of work. The report also addresses the impact of AI on wages,
Yeah,
which is something that I think a lot of people are concerned
a
about.
lot of anxiety about that.
Will robots steal our jobs and drive down our wages?
Right. It's a valid concern, and the report actually offers a more nuanced perspective than just that sort of doom and gloom scenario. It found that more than half of employers, 52% to be exact, anticipate increasing the share of their revenue dedicated to wages between now and 2030.
Oh,
Only a small fraction, about 8%, foresee this share decreasing.
okay.
So the overall trend seems to point towards higher wages, not lower.
That is definitely reassuring to hear.
Yeah.
But I am curious what's driving that trend.
Yeah.
Is it simply a response to labor shortages, or are there more kind of fundamental factors at play?
It seems to be a combination of factors. The report highlights that companies are increasingly focused on aligning wages with worker productivity and performance.
Okay.
They're recognizing that attracting and retaining top talent requires offering competitive salaries that reflect the value those employees bring to the organization.
So it's not just about keeping up with the competition.
Right.
It's about genuinely rewarding employees for their contribution
Yes.
and ensuring that they feel valued.
Absolutely.
It's about recognizing that skilled and dedicated employees are a company's most valuable asset.
Exactly. And this ties back to the importance of skills development. As the demand for specialized skills continues to rise, so too will the wages commanded by those possessing those skills.
Okay.
It's a classic supply and demand dynamic.
Yeah. So investing in your skills isn't just about job security.
Right.
It's also about boosting your earning potential.
Absolutely. It's about positioning yourself to be in demand in this rapidly evolving job market.
For sure. The report also found that companies are increasingly leveraging wages as a strategic tool to compete for talent.
Mm-hmm.
In a tight labor market where skilled workers are in high demand, offering competitive salaries becomes a key differentiator for attracting the best and brightest. It's almost like a bidding war for top talent, with companies vying for the best candidates by offering these really attractive compensation packages.
Yeah.
But this brings up a really important question.
Mm-hmm.
What about wage inequality?
Right.
Is this trend towards higher wages benefiting everyone equally? Or are we seeing a widening gap between the haves and the have-nots?
That's a crucial point, and unfortunately, the report doesn't provide a definitive answer. It does mention that some employers are specifically prioritizing efforts to reduce wage gaps within their organizations and enhance their workers' purchasing power.
Okay, so at least there's some awareness of the issue and a desire among some employers to create a more equitable wage structure.
Yeah,
But I imagine this is an ongoing challenge that requires continuous attention and action,
absolutely.
especially as AI and automation reshape the job market.
Right.
It's crucial that we proactively address these potential inequalities and ensure that technological progress leads to a more equitable and prosperous future for all. Not just a select few. It's about creating a future of work where everyone has the opportunity to thrive and benefit from technological advancements.
I agree. We've explored a vast landscape in this deep dive,
We have?
covering everything from the macro trends shaping the future of work
Yeah.
to the specific skills that will be in high demand.
Hmm.
We've delved into the evolving nature of education, the
Yes,
importance of continuous learning,
for sure.
and the strategies companies can employ to attract and retain talent in a rapidly changing world.
I'm feeling both informed and inspired, but I imagine our listener might also be feeling a bit overwhelmed by the sheer scale of change we've discussed.
Understandable.
Do you have any final words of wisdom for our listener as they navigate their own career journey in this complex and dynamic landscape?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I would say embrace change. The job market is in constant flux, and that's not going to change anytime soon. Be open to new opportunities, new skills, and even new industries. Flexibility and adaptability are key to thriving in this environment.
So rather than fearing change, see it as an opportunity for growth and exploration.
Hmm,
It's about being proactive and shaping your own career path rather than passively waiting for things to happen.
exactly. Second, invest in yourself. Your skills and knowledge are your most valuable assets in this new economy. Make time for learning and development, whether through formal education, online courses, industry events, or even just reading and exploring new ideas. Continuous learning is no longer optional. It's essential for staying relevant and competitive.
It's about recognizing that you are in charge of your own career development and
Yes,
taking ownership of your learning journey.
absolutely. Third, network and build relationships. Connect with people in your field, attend industry events, and engage with online communities. Networking isn't just about finding a job, it's about staying informed, expanding your perspectives, and learning from others. You never know where your next opportunity might come from, and building strong relationships can open doors you never even knew existed.
It's about recognizing the power of human connection and building a network of support and inspiration. And finally, don't give up on your dreams. The future of work may be unpredictable, but it's also full of possibilities. Find what you're passionate about, what truly motivates you, and pursue it with energy and enthusiasm.
I couldn't agree more. Passion is a powerful driver, and when you align your work with your values and interests, you'll find greater fulfillment and satisfaction, even amidst the inevitable challenges and uncertainties.
So embrace change, invest in yourself, cultivate meaningful connections, and most importantly, never stop pursuing your passions. The future of work is in our hands, and by taking these steps, we can shape it into a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive and contribute their unique talents. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of work. We hope you found it insightful and empowering. Remember, the future is not something that happens to us, it's something we create together.
Thanks so much for listening to this AI summary. I hope you found it both informative and easy to follow. AI tools like this makes complex reports accessible to everyone, and I'm excited to share more insights like these with you. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay ahead in the ever-changing world of AI, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I cover topics ranging from AI news to practical tips, and I post content regularly in both English and Polish, so there's something here for everyone. Don't forget to turn on the notifications so you will never miss my video. If you are looking for more resources, updates, or even personalized training, check out my website. The link is down in the description below. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you find most interesting about this summary? Drop a comment below. Let's start the conversation. Thanks again for watching, and let's continue exploring the fascinating world of AI together. Cześć!